Everyone thinks market crashes are modern phenomena. They're catastrophically wrong. The year is 1720. London, a city throbbing with imperial ambition, was about to witness a financial delirium unlike anything before. It wasn't about tulips or railroads. It was about the very fabric of England's future, woven with threads of debt, empire, and unbridled speculation. At its heart lay the South Sea Company, chartered in 1711. Its promise: exclusive trading rights with the Spanish colonies of South America. Imagine the allure: vast riches from exotic lands, a direct pipeline to imperial wealth. This was the vision sold to a nation burdened by debt from the War of the Spanish Succession. The company's initial purpose was to convert a portion of England's national debt into its own stock. Investors, holding government annuities, could exchange them for South Sea shares. The government would then pay the company interest on this converted debt. A neat arrangement, seemingly. But the real prize, the irresistible carrot, was that exclusive trade. The Treaty of Utrecht in 1713 granted Britain the *asiento*, the right to supply slaves to the Spanish colonies. This horrific trade, combined with the promise of gold and silver from the Americas, fueled the public imagination. The reality, however, was starkly different. Spanish ports remained largely closed. Actual trade was minimal, often limited to a single annual ship. The South Sea Company was, for all its grand claims, more of a financial instrument than a bustling trading enterprise. Yet the promise, the narrative was enough. By early 1720, the company proposed an audacious scheme to take on the entire national debt, a staggering £30 million. In exchange, it demanded enormous concessions and guaranteed returns. Parliament, swayed by promises of financial stability and perhaps a few well-placed bribes, approved the scheme. The stock, which started the year at around £128 per share, began its meteoric ascent. The speculative fever had begun. Ordinary citizens, nobles, merchants, even members of the royal family flocked to invest. They saw their neighbors getting rich overnight. Fear of missing out, the quintessential driver of bubbles, gripped the nation. Everyone wanted a piece of the South Sea dream. By June, shares reached £890. A month later, they peaked at £1,000. London was awash with new money, extravagant spending, and a pervasive sense of invincibility. People mortgaged homes, sold heirlooms, and borrowed heavily to buy shares. The frenzy spawned dozens of smaller, equally absurd bubble companies. One offered an undertaking of great advantage, but nobody to know what it is. Another proposed making salt water fresh. Many were outright scams, preying on public gullibility. The South Sea Company itself, fearing competition, pushed through the Bubble Act in June 1720. This law prohibited the formation of joint stock companies without a royal charter. Intended to crush rivals, it inadvertently pricked its own balloon. With the smaller bubbles bursting and confidence eroding, smart money began to exit the South Sea Company. The stock, unable to sustain its unrealistic valuation, started a slow, then rapid descent. By September, it had plunged to £150. The collapse was catastrophic. Fortunes were wiped out overnight. Thousands faced ruin, debt, and despair. Many prominent figures, including Sir Isaac Newton, lost vast sums. Newton himself reportedly stated he could calculate the motions of the heavenly bodies, but not the madness of people. The public outcry was immense. Demands for justice led to a parliamentary inquiry. Directors of the South Sea Company were arrested, their estates confiscated. Some fled the country. The government itself teetered on the brink. Robert Walpole, a skilled Whig politician, stepped in to stabilize the situation. He devised a plan to redistribute the company's remaining assets and merge portions of the debt with the Bank of England and the East India Company, gradually restoring confidence. The South Sea bubble left an indelible mark. It exposed the perils of unchecked speculation, the seductive power of a grand narrative, and the fragility of public trust. It was a harsh lesson in financial literacy, learned at immense cost. It reshaped England's financial landscape, leading to greater scrutiny of joint stock companies and a more cautious approach to public debt. But the human cost, the shattered lives, the broken dreams served as a stark reminder of economic hubris. The South Sea bubble wasn't just a historical footnote. It's a timeless cautionary tale, echoing through every subsequent market frenzy, reminding us that even the grandest imperial dreams can dissolve into catastrophic collapse when detached from fundamental value. Next, we unravel the infamous Ponzi scheme that fooled an entire generation.